What is?
Tennessee and Nico Iamaleava are in active contract negotiations ahead of the 2025 season. It is unclear if the negotiations will impact whether he enters the spring transfer portal. Nico's multi-million-dollar deal was one of the first large NIL contracts, and the college football market has adjusted significantly, especially at the QB position. Nico threw for over 2,600 yards, 19 touchdowns, and 5 picks with a completion percentage of 63.8. Woo! 8 of those touchdowns, though, came against UTEP and Vandy. But stat padding or not, he showed some flashes. So I got to ask you, man, just what's your take right here, man? What's going on, man? Break down the situation, Jackson. There's a lot here.
I texted his pops, who was my college teammate, of course, Big Nick, and I just wanted to try to get him on the show today. We are so loaded. I'm going to try to get Nick on the show next week. Here's the thing. I don't know. This is and I'm trying to be honest and not biased or to my boys or whatever, but here's the issue. Everyone's doing this now. This is an ongoing issue for these kids. And I don't know if maybe Bailey knows, but correct me if I'm wrong, Smitty. Didn't he get a big deal out of high school already going to Tennessee?
Yeah.
And then he played as a true freshman in a bowl game only. And then last year was his first starting year. And now he's already in renegotiating terms.
Yeah.
So I want to do some research on a lot of little things here and find out, like, is this an ongoing deal for a lot of people? I'm curious. Is this an ongoing deal for everybody in the country? Like, is Carson Beck, did he renegotiate? Did, all these different quarterbacks at these other schools, are they renegotiating as they say, hey, I'm taking my fucking talents to goddamn Ohio State next year, to Oregon, if they pay me more? Like, that's where we are now, Smitty. It's a bad precedent we're setting, man. A team that already gave you money. And listen, I don't know the scenario. I know Nick and I know the family. I know Nico. I know that whole family and what they've come from and all that. And I get all that. And I'm cool with it. But this isn't NIL, homie. This is pay to play. And now we're getting to a point where the greed is going to cloud the development. Let me say it like that. The greed will cloud your development, as we're seeing development really lack. And I mean this by saying this, Smitty. If you're going to chase bags of money, I don't really know the focus level of you and your teammates and you and your wideouts, you and your study of the game and mechanics and fundamentals. How hard are you really working on all of that towards going to the NFL and being a great NFL quarterback, which you and I will ultimately be judging at the very end of the day? Not how good you were in college. We've had unbelievable college players be busting in the NFL. We know what this is. When are we going to start focusing on and making the main thing the main thing? I don't know, man. This is a bad, slippery slope because it's only going to get worse from here, not better. So, like, I'm all for the money and all this, but it's pay to play, man. It's not NIL. The NIL thing should be off that doll we saw. If you want to sell bobbleheads or a doll or a jersey off your name, this is not what it is, homie. This is not what it was intended to be. And we are now on a slippery slope, man. I think it's getting worse from here.
Yeah, I think you said that beautifully, man. It's just the start of something that can end up being some more dangerous, more wild. I mean, we've been talking about this type of stuff for years, 2 years now, and call it the Wild Wild West, and it just keeps becoming more and more wild. And yeah, I mean, I never would have thought 10 years ago that you would see a college athlete who's in active contract negotiations. Just think about that. Like, yeah, active contract negotiation. And again, this is not me going there. I'm not going at Nico. Like, it is what it is. Like, it's the landscape of college football now. So if you have that leverage, I guess why not use it? Why not get as much money as you can until they change the foundation and NCAA steps up, which they won't do. Why not maximize your opportunities? And Monica here has a quote or comment, said revenue shares should change these negotiations or renegotiations toward leaning truly on true NIL based on visibility outcomes?
Monica has a son that's in Division I, so she's kind of in tune to what's happening. Shout out to Monica. Monica, good friend. She's good people. Her son's playing currently. She's very in tune with what's going on in the NIL because she has to deal with it year to year with her kid at a major university. So, like, I don't know, man. Here's some new news to go with this. I wanted to share real quick. The NCAA powers that be now are going to ask our government, homie, for some sort of regulations. This is how fucking bad of a slap in the face this continues to be. So now the Power Four commissioners are going to ask Congress to help regulate NIL dollars when yet they have never, yes, that's Nick Evers' mother, Isaiah Place. When they can't even fucking figure out how to pay a kid yet. You're still using collectives. You're still wiping your hands clean. You're still playing judge, jury, and executioner. Like Nick Saban said it years ago. I've been saying it for the last few years, and I'm surprised it hasn't happened yet. But when is the NCAA going bye-bye? And when are these guys going to break off and do their own thing? Like, yes, Joe, yes, it's Nick Evers' mother. Fucking the same Nick Evers, homie, yes. So, yeah, so I listen. Man, Smitty, I don't know, man. This is just a joke. The NCAA is a joke, homie. I'm be real. This is an absolute joke. And now the money, the TV dollars, that's going to even explode this and make it even worse coming down the pipe, shit that I've heard about, is going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. You're wondering why ESPN is dropping certain sports and keeping certain sports for their TV deals. So
crazy, homie.
I don't know, man. I don't know. The renegotiating terms, wordage, and verbiage, and how they worded that, it just sounds unbelievable crazy.
I'm not gonna lie, this kind of inspired me though. I probably should renegotiate my terms with you here soon too. You know, just while we're in the off season before NFL
Yeah,
starts.
have a deal. We can't do that.
But I mean, that's what he had a deal too. He's renegotiating. You know, I'm kind of looking at the value. I'm looking at my value and my worth that I've brought to the show and seeing the growth.
I haven't done anything yet though.
In my role, when I joined the show, I think we were at like 25,000 subscribers. I was thinking back, and we're at like almost 70 now. And I'm not saying it's like, of course, you're the face, of course, like that. But
we had like 40. We had 40 when you joined, and then
we were like 27.
We got 37.
No, don't keep going up. He was not 37. We almost at 70 now. So I'm just thinking I might renegotiate right before preseason starts. So shout out to Nico for this inspiring me. I wasn't even thinking about this before this moment. This never came to my mind. I was happy. I was satisfied. But now I'm looking at what Nico doing. I'm like, shit. These young dudes making their money. I'm gonna make my money too. So
you look out for that, JB. You're a follower then.
Sometimes you follow things that make sense. Like JB, if you do something smart, I will follow that move. I'm not gonna follow your whole lifestyle, but I'll follow that thing. True leaders are followers first.
No integrity then. No character.
No, homie. I hope you followed some people in your life at some point.
Never.
I hope so. Great coaches, parents, uncles.
You know what happens when you follow? Get shit on your nose, homie. Called brown nosing.
That sounds racist when you say it that way.
You get shit on your nose, homie. Following ass.